Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dunkus, and welcome to episode number 9 of You Ain't Grizz Baby. What's up, guys?
Hi.
Hi, my name is John, and PP and stuff.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Gold Glove, and thanks for watching, or listening.
What's up? My name is Bendro, sometimes with 3 eyes.
Hello, my name is Hutch. And
You already said hello, shut up.
Okay, my name is Hutch.
On the internet.
I make other videos.
Yeah, speaking
Really?
of that, Crisis
Pornhub?
2.
RedTube? Where at? I want to check them out, Hutch.
No, don't give that information out.
My bad. That's a private,
We're gonna
private
start giving
channel.
out your mom's information.
Shit.
That's
already been done.
Conversation, but whatever. Crisis 2? You were talking about Crisis 2?
Yeah, you mentioned you uploaded some other stuff besides Call of Duty. And
Yeah,
I noticed
indeed.
some Crisis 2 was going up. And I know I enjoyed the demo, and Bendro did, Brennan did. John is a PC elitist, so he hasn't played it yet.
John, you're such a doucher, man. It was a free demo.
It was a good demo, too.
Ask me what happens when I use thumbsticks.
You're bad.
You do well.
Yes. No, I feel dirty.
You were good.
I remember
I'm
when
good
I
at
first
Black
started
Ops, because
YouTube.
Black Ops is bad and it's easy.
When I first started YouTube, John was all about streaming Modern Warfare 2, playing Guitar Hero until
While
the wee
drunk.
hours in the morning. Never getting on PC.
I was drinking a lot then. I don't drink a lot now.
I bought TF2, COD 4. We played it a couple times, but we mostly played Modern Warfare 2, and now it's like a 180 since then.
That's
You-
why I
you
still
won't
play
even
Call
play
of
with
Duty.
us.
I'm playing Pro Mod right now and pretty much ignoring everything you say.
But you don't play with it.
Because you guys play on console and you don't have Pro Mod on a console.
You played with us before Black Ops, though,
Yeah.
and before, like, the build-up to Cataclysm.
I played Black Ops with you guys a couple of times.
Yeah.
Do just fine. But
You've never played Black Ops with me once, and I feel
I
very
fucking
hurt.
hate you.
You're a piece of shit. I hope you die. Okay? God.
We played, John played Black Ops with us the last time we did a podcast.
I come on almost every time we do a podcast.
Really?
And I get, yeah, and
I
I
don't
get
think
angry at something.
Once
Boy,
every
that-
2 months.
Yeah, something like that.
By the way, episode 8 went up. We had some problems with Podbean, so episode 8 went up on John's channel, but we're going to get it up on Podbean, so you can get it on iTunes as well.
Shortly.
If you haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
You
If you
want,
listen to this and you haven't heard episode 8 yet, you can also get that from iTunes.
You want-
Brennan's thing.
Yep.
do you want to talk about the new channel as well? Is it
yeah.
also going to go up there?
Oh, right, yeah.
Go ahead, Ben.
It is, what is it, like YAGB
YAGB podcast.
Yeah, if you go to youtube.com/YAGB podcast, we're also going to upload it there. But if you want to put it to your iPod, you can go to iTunes, but it is available there as well. So go check that out. I guess we'll put a link in this episode. I don't know how you would do that.
I'll put it in the description.
Brennan's got that on.
I got it. I got it unlocked. Don't worry.
Alright, so go check that out.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't even know we made that.
I did. I took the liberty upon it since I don't talk to any of you guys.
You're too busy playing.
Pro mod.
WoW and ProMod.
God.
I play WoW one night a week. I play Counter-Strike on weekends only with APL. We do ESEA matches, and during the week I play Pro Mod and get shat on.
Why are you so bad at it?
Dude, it is so hard. Like, if I go 2-1 in a game, that's, like, extremely successful. But it's pretty much like that for everybody, I guess. You'll see a couple people who'll go, like, 3-1, 4-1, but
Do you
usually-
rock the snipper, or are you sticking with like
Whenever
the AK?
whenever it's available, the way it works on most servers, if it's, like, under 26 players, I think, most people only have one scope per team, but if it's 26 to 32, there's 2 scopes per team. And if
Does
I get it
everybody
out,
fight
of
over
it,
it?
I'm really good with it, but it's hard to get.
How do you get the sniper? You have to pick
You
it up.
gotta select this. Like, the way it works is, like, you pull up, when you join the game, you select your team, it'll be attack or defense, and then you choose a class. There's Assault, Spec Ops, Demolition, Sniper. Assault's the AK, Spec Ops is the 74U, Demolition's is the shotgun, and Sniper. And, only 2 people get it, so you have to be one of the first 2 people to load in, which I usually am because I have a solid state drive, but I still end up not getting it quick enough because I don't mash my keybinds fast enough.
Do they have Pro Mod for Black Ops on PC?
No, but PC Dev actually tweeted earlier today that the mod tools are finishing development and going into QA this week, so they will be out. Speaking of which, that guy's super awesome because I trolled him last night because the game sucks so much. and he followed me on Twitter and sent me a message and helped me fix my problems, and like talked to me about all kinds of upcoming shit that I will like. And he's fucking cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
So.
Are you saying that the game sucks or that the game's performance on PC sucks?
It's very boring at this point. Because it's the same old spiel, but the game itself isn't bad, and it doesn't run bad for me at all. Everybody else has problems because they all have garbage computers, but...
Do you think that that's the game sucking, or do you think that that's COD fatigue?
Both, but it's also, it lacks that something extra that like Call of Duty 2 had, and like Call of Duty 2 was super innovative at its time, and COD 4 was just like, holy fuck, mind-blowing. Modern Warfare 2 was extremely fun, albeit a clusterfuck. And Black Ops is kind of like a game that has nothing really wrong with it, but has nothing that sets it apart either. It's just a really balanced shooter. That's why I've been calling it Call of Duty cookie cutter shooter ops. Because it's just like another shooter. It's a cookie cutter game, but there's nothing really wrong with it that pisses me off.
I would have to disagree.
Well, you play on console with all the ghosters.
No, I don't have a problem with Ghost
is not
whatsoever.
an issue.
My only problem with it is the connections. We talked about it before, but the 3-bar is not created equal as it has been on other games, and it's like the variations of a 3-bar is astronomical. You can have an amazing 3-bar, and then you can have a 3-bar where it's just absolute shit. And then I guess we were talking a little bit earlier, but it seems that I have an older console, so it's probably, I think it's close to 3 years old now. I don't know if it's because it's so old, but whenever I'm host, the game for me lags like terribly. And it seems like I dropped down to 30 frames per second. And it doesn't do that. I actually played a game of World at War, and it didn't do anything, and that is also installed on my hard drive, so I didn't think it was that, but it may be that, but I think that's the only thing that I really have a problem with, is the connections.
I've been finding the connections don't have as much of an effect as they did before. Like the first month, it was really bad, but I feel like now, and maybe it's just because I'm used to it, but I feel like it doesn't have as much of an effect as it did, recently or before.
Or do you think it's because you are on the West Coast, and West Coast people seem to always get the host?
I don't get host ever. I'm never host, so.
You get host. You don't get host, but somebody in your vicinity gets host, guaranteed. Every game.
It's cause you guys are poor.
No, I got better internet than all of you except John, maybe.
What's your download and upload?
35 and 10.
It's better than me.
I have the same thing, and I always get host over you. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you're right.
Oh.
The connection, I don't really have too much of a problem with that, just because I pull host probably like 90% of the time.
That's ridiculous.
These guys play with me. I mean, these guys play with me more than you do, Goldie, and like Dunkus and Ben will tell you, like, I grab host like a champ, just almost every, maybe not 90%, maybe like 80 or 75, but.
I can probably count the amount of times I've gotten host in Black Ops on one hand. Like,
I don't pull host, and I'm at like 50-50 almost.
I don't understand that.
Down 50 up.
Yeah.
The thing is, well, I wanted to say real quick before I finished up on that one, was that, like, the one thing I will say is that I can tell within the first gunfight if I'm host or not. And that wasn't, I don't remember that always being the case, but, so that's my thoughts on that.
It just seemed like this game is way different than, say, Modern Warfare 2. Like, if you weren't host in Modern Warfare 2, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, maybe you didn't get as many one burst FAMAS kills. I mean, it wasn't a big deal, because the guns killed so fast.
It's true.
Yeah.
But I also noticed, like, especially when I'm playing with Hutch, because it's a West Coast connection, sometimes, like, my connection to your host is really good, and, like, I have no problem with it. But there's other games where it's just, like, I can't get a kill to save my life unless it's a guy not looking at me whatsoever, and, I can put a full clip into him or whatever.
Yeah. Well, if we're going to talk about Black Ops and we don't want to make an hour and a half podcast, we should probably just talk about the recent suggestion of buffing Scavenger.
No.
Brandon, why don't you enlighten us as to the newest suggestion?
About buffing Scavenger?
Yeah. So what are people suggesting?
that the scavenger can replenish noob tube ammo and claymores,
Right.
which is
So somebody,
that is the worst
Same
thing I've
with
ever
us.
heard in my life.
It wouldn't be that bad if maybe they gave you like 2 noob tube replenishes and then you could still only put 1 claymore on the map at a time. Because Modern Warfare 2, they let you put 2 claymores down even though you only started with 1. But Black Ops, if you put 2 down, if you get one from an ammo drop and you try to put your second one down, the other one blows up instantly. So if you could still only put 1 down, it wouldn't be too terrible. But the noob tube thing has me worried.
But claymores are a lot different in this game.
yeah,
They're
they're more powerful.
so much more deadly.
Yeah, the reason why they are is because they were you can't replenish them,
Right.
so they buffed them a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, which I don't have a problem with. There is no way there should ever be 2 of the current claymores that are in Black Ops ever.
Yeah.
That's what I said. You still only
One
allow
at a time.
one. Yeah,
I
one at a
know.
time.
But still, a guy who can just kill you with the same claymore, runs over your scavenger bag, puts another one down.
Yeah,
No, that would just drive me nuts.
It's just basically what it would be is a motion detector that kills because
Pretty
you know
much.
what? It's just
Yeah.
that's retarded.
And I feel like we've learned from Modern Warfare 2, you do not replenish noob tubes. Treyarch got
No.
that right, so there's no reason to ever do that.
I still get killed with noob tubes with flat jacket on, so it's not like flat jacket. You are not invincible to noob tubes.
Well, the noob tube basically has to land at your feet if you have flak jacket to kill you. But if it lands like even like half a foot away from your foot or something like that, it's not going to kill you. But I think like the biggest problem that I have with that is that, you know, somebody said like, no, this is an awesome idea. You have flak jacket and you have TAC Mask Pro. Like you could just like run around with that setup instead. And, like, you use TAC Mask Pro to like, you know, or like, I don't know, not TAC Mask, Hacker, yeah. You just run around, you absorb all the explosive, and you know if they have claymores. It's like, well, yeah, but now you're like pigeonholing me to use one particular class. It's like, I think the lesson that we learned from Modern Warfare 2 is if you allow people to infinitely resupply explosive devices, people will do it in mass.
Yeah.
Like, majority of players will do it. You won't be able to run into a game without running into 3 or 4 noob tubers. It's just,
I would much rather run into a team full of ghosts than a team full of people noob tubing. I would rage quit so much faster if people were just shooting noob tubes at me over and over.
I still see people like level 8, like whatever, you can create a class at level 5 or 4, I don't remember, but level 8, they have the M16 or the infield and a noob tube attachment. That's like the first thing they buy. It doesn't make any sense. Like, that's not even it's a good attachment for certain scenarios, but it's not the first thing that you should buy.
Well,
I think
especially
it would
in this
make-
game, it's not nowhere, it's not powerful at all compared to what it used to be in Modern Warfare 2, so.
the second I get killed by a noob tube in a game, I immediately switch to my flak jacket class.
Yeah.
Immediately. Every single time. It doesn't matter what the game type or what map. I'm like, I have my flak jacket class, I'm good to go. And if they were replenishing noob tubes, the very first time I got killed by a noob tube, I would switch to the class. Like, I would be wearing flak jacket every single game because somebody would be noob tubing, and
Yeah.
that's bullshit. Like that's
Well,
a game breaking
the main-
design.
The main reason that scavenger thingy was even brought up was because Ghost is apparently too powerful, but the main argument that people have is every perk is not completely invulnerable to something. Like flak jacket, you still can die from explosives. Ghost, you can never be seen on the radar. So that's what a lot of people's arguments are, and maybe like if you change Ghost up a little bit, it may make some people happy, but in my opinion, Ghost is a viable option that I use as well. I'm not going to say I never use it. I do use it. And maybe just take like the pro variant of Ghost and change it up a little bit so they can still be seen on the radar if there's 2 UAVs up or something. I don't know. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, they're not gonna. I'm not gonna speak for them, but I don't think they're gonna tune Ghost. Like Vaughn has said flat out, like, I have no plans on even touching Ghost.
It's simple.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with Ghost, stop relying on your radar so much. Like Hutch, I was playing with you yesterday, right? When you told me, you were just like, we were playing against a whole team of Ghost, and I was like, oh my god, we're gonna get raped. And you're like, just stop worrying about the radar. And I did, and then we just kicked their ass. Like, it was no problem.
Yeah, in the very next game, if they're still in the lobby, switch out your kill streak UAV for like counter UAV or napalm strike. Like,
Right.
then at that point you're rendering their entire perk useless, and I think that's like the biggest counter argument there is. Is like you can always switch up your kill streak. And
Yeah.
teams won't always like back out right after you beat them. Like if you usually win, if you have like a pretty good win-loss, like some teams will stick around, like with their entire team of ghosts or something like that. It's like, well, UAV's not working out. Let's switch to, fuck it, like RCXD. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But anything other than UAV, and you're rendering their perk useless.
But the other thing about, saying that UAV, you should be able to see everybody on the other team, it's only a 3 kill streak, or a 2 kill streak if you're using hardline. So I don't mind if a couple people are using it. The only thing I have a problem with if it's a whole team using it. Like if you have no idea where they're spawning, or you have no idea where the other team is, that's the only time I really have a problem. But I guess the counter argument to saying that Ghost is overpowered or whatever is that there is no way that you should be able to see where the whole other entire enemy team is with a 3 kill streak.
Yeah, that's a little rough.
Or like if you did change the way that UAV works so that only you get the benefits of it. Like if only you saw the tracers on your minimap, then I think that would be like, I don't know. I might think that Ghost is a little overpowered at that point. Well, actually, I don't even know where my logic is there. But like, I kind of forgot what you just said.
Like if you call the UAV in, you're the only one that can see Ghost, but everybody else on your team sees the non-Ghost people.
Something like that. Like if you had some piece of like fancy equipment or something, I don't know. But like if there was some way you could override Ghost, then only make it so that you get that advantage,
Yeah.
So maybe, do you think it would be an equipment you would attach instead of claymores or something like that? You would have like a Ghostbuster, Ghostbuster equipment or something?
I don't know, because like, I don't feel like any of the equipment or the guns are supposed to counter perks. I think perks are supposed to counter equipment, guns, and kill streaks.
I mean, there is a Ghost counter. a Blackbird.
Blackbird, yeah.
So, I mean, which, honestly, 80% of the games I'm in, there's a Blackbird on my team. That's my second most used kill streak. I mean,
never take it off.
That is what I focus on getting, because it's the best kill streak in the game, and Ghost is no issue when you have a Blackbird in the air.
Genitals.
So.
Well, there's also like, I think, I feel like there's like a sense of entitlement going around that people just deserve to know where the other guys are. And the other part of the anti-Ghost campaign that I hear a lot about is, people don't like Strelas. They think that air support, like, you shouldn't be able to take it down. Like, you shouldn't be able to take UAVs down, or you shouldn't be able to take, a chopper gunner down or something like that. Well, at
That's
that point,
weird.
that you're really, really fucking with the skill gap there. Cause at that point, like, the really, really good players are gonna do, like, fucking phenomenally well, and the really, really bad players are just never gonna do well. It's like, you're gonna polarize that portion of it. And I think accessibility should play a part in the game. Like I think that people should have a fighting chance. And if someone, it's like when I play Halo, I'm totally frustrated when I play the MLG playlist, because I just get my ship hacked in, because the margin of skill, or the skill gap in that playlist is just so astronomical.
Yeah.
And I feel like you would do that to the entire game if you were never able to take down kill streaks. And furthermore, that part of it is fun, actually. When you got a full party of 6, it's like communicating, okay, you got the spy plane? Okay, I got the spy plane. Like working together to like, always, like our party of 6 that we were playing with the other night, who was it, Ben or Dunkus, when we were playing with Onslaught?
It was me.
That was you, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long did a UAV ever stay up in the air on the other team?
I think there was probably 3 or 4 of us fighting to take it down.
Yeah, then and that part of it is fun. Like, and I don't know, I feel like some of the more hardcore players just really do feel like they deserve to go 50-2 every single game, and it's just never gonna work like that.
The question I have is, do you think that the care package glitch of Modern Warfare 2 forever changed our outlook on air support? Because I know from my personal experience, I never ever thought about taking down air support until that happened. Like if someone went up in the air, I would go hide. My first instinct was not to switch to my anti-air class and go and take it out. But after that went on for a couple days, then now, and ever since then, every time I see something in the air, I want to take that out. Did that happen to you guys too, or?
Yeah, I think the massive spam of air support whenever they were doing it with, especially the emergency airdrop, they had like Pablo after AC-130 after.
It was just a matter of chopper gunner and AC-130s. I couldn't stand being spawn killed by those. That's all it was for me. I just couldn't stand that. So I took it upon myself to just always have anti-air on Modern Warfare 2.
And a lot of people are talking about how bringing back the COD 4, how it's just RPGs and LMGs that take down a helicopter, but they gotta understand that kill streaks are so much more powerful now. Like, the attack chopper in COD 4 sucked.
Yeah.
Got maybe 3 kills every time it went up, and now the regular attack chopper is even beast in Black Ops, and especially the chopper gunner. If you're gonna sit there and try to shoot a chopper gunner down with your RPK or something, you would never shoot it down. It's got like 7,000 health or something.
Yeah.
You're still able to fucking absolutely rape bad players on jungle with the chopper gunner.
Oh yeah.
Like you can still do that. And if you run into a team that's shooting you down immediately, it's like, well played. You're doing your job. But all that means is that they're good players, or they're better than average players. And so adjust your kill streaks. Run Napalm Strike or Blackbird dogs.
That's what I run.
Yeah, just make it so that they can't counter that. It's just, I think just people are just pissed off that they can't just absolutely crap on shitty players all the time.
Get easy kills.
Well, the thing is, you can. Like, my kill streaks every single game, probably 95% of the time, Napalm, Blackbird, attack dogs. They can't take any of that down. And I still, I get a huge advantage when I get any of those 3 kill streaks, so there we go. Yeah. And they're ghost stoppers, man. The ghost does not affect any of those kill streaks. So that's why I use them.
Yeah, it's pretty silly to me that it seemed like, I mean, obviously not everyone, but it seemed like at the end of Modern Warfare 2, almost everyone was just like, it's so dumb that this game is completely dominated by kill streaks. It's just a huge clusterfuck. That was what I was hearing. I don't think I was like in the minority with how frustrated I was with like Pablo after Harrier Strike after Pablo. It's like, motherfucker, like I can't do anything about this. Besides like Ghost Pro at the time, or Cold Blooded Pro.
Yeah.
And then in Black Ops it's like, yeah. And then we got what we wanted, and it's like, well, never mind, it's boring. And now everyone is like thinking that they're developers tweeting all these suggestions to Vaughn, and it's like the suggestions that I'm hearing, I'm like, well, I'm not a dev, but that's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's like, be careful what you wish for, because you got it, and now you don't want it anymore.
There's always going to be issues. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what happens. Yep.
The only thing I hated about Modern Warfare 2 are the people that camped in the back of the map and got nukes in, let's say domination. If you sit in the back and don't do shit for your team, if you don't cap a single flag and you can still win the game, that's absolute bullshit.
Yeah, mortar rounds.
Yeah, I think that was terrible, but.
Before we beat this topic into the ground, we kind of need to move on to the map pack, because that recently came out. And
well, we didn't really talk about Crisis.
Yeah. You want to talk about Crisis too?
Yeah, we can.
Can we talk about like things that aren't related to gaming, like cocks and shit?
Like Hutch watching very long boners?
Yeah. That was kind of a surprise.
Hutch, can you please tell us why you were watching that show? I was just curious.
If you're wondering where to find that, just type it into Google and you'll see.
No, don't do that.
What possessed you to make that video, you fucking weirdo? Like, I look at my subscription box, I'm like, what the hell? Where did this come from?
What are you talking about? I go on my dashboard and it says you're watching a very big boner, a very large.
It's a very long engagement, actually. It's a very long engagement. It's by a French filmmaker. He also directed Amélie.
Very long.
It's a story.
How well did you control the engagement? That's what I want to know.
It's a story of.
I know what the story's about. It's a very large boner, or very long boner.
No. It's a story about World War I, and these soldiers were purposefully mutilating themselves so they could get out of the war. But when they found out they were doing that, they would have them executed. And so it's these two lovers get split up. The guy goes off to war, shoots himself in the hand. and then is condemned to death. And she's searching all over, seeing if
She's
he's still
searching
alive.
for his very long boner, huh?
Well, the way that they killed him was really fucked up too. Like they would push him over the trenches into no man's land and be like,
Oh,
"Go
no.
ahead."
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Video doesn't lie, man. I'm just telling
Alright.
you.
Anyways, Crisis 2.
Too, yeah.
The demo is now over, but we had a lot of fun with it. I know I did.
I did.
Bendro and Hutch, we were playing. Brendan.
It took a little
Alright.
bit to get used to because I'm a COD player, so it was actually a lot different. But once you got the logistics down, I mean, it was good to go. It was a fun game.
I would have to say that first of all, the demo came out at the perfect time.
Wow.
It was.
What?
Wally,
Wally.
Wow. That's what you sound like right now.
Me?
he sounds good. John, shut up.
Alright, now it sounds fine.
Oh, well, the demo came out right before the new map pack was released, so I was I couldn't stand playing the same maps over and over in Black Ops, but the game itself was extremely good. I loved the gameplay of it. It was a little bit sluggish, but I don't think it was so unbearable that you couldn't play it. And after looking through all the different, I don't know what you call them, I guess I would say perks, the 3 perks that you could choose,
Mhm.
but it seemed like everything had a counter. Like, I know people were probably like, oh my god, you got like twice the shield, or you got invisibility, but everything had a counter. And even with the perks that came with the game, you could counter pretty much everything. And I don't know, I think it was refreshing. It was something different, and I will be buying the game just because of the demo. And something that I talked about in one of my commentaries is that if it was not for this demo, I don't know if I ever would have bought this game, or I even would have thought about buying this game. So the question I have for you guys is, would you have bought this game without the demo being, like, even if people put up gameplay from it, would you be inclined to buy it, or?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would have had no clue what the hell it was.
I mean, even from watching gameplay, I probably wouldn't have bought it. Unless I actually played it for myself, I probably would not have bought it. But now that I played the demo and I extremely enjoyed it, even though it was pretty much one map the whole time, I loved it. I mean, I probably put like 15, 20 hours into one map.
Yeah, there was actually, what I heard, there was actually 2 maps on there. But
There were 2 maps, but I never, the first day I got to play the other map, and that was
Really?
only like 3 times, yeah.
I never played it. I only played the one. But
Well, to counteract your point, it can work the opposite way, because I was about 30 seconds away from pre-ordering Bulletstorm just because it came with the Gears 3 beta, and I was all set on buying it. I was like, I'm going to queue up the demo and go play it, maybe make a couple of videos on it because it looks awesome. I played it and I hate it. I'm not buying that game.
you didn't like
I don't
it?
care about the Gears 3 beta. It can work both ways, because Crysis made me want to buy the game, Bulletstorm made me not want to buy the game. So,
I don't know, man. I think a lot of people are just going to buy Bulletstorm strictly for that beta. I mean,
Yeah, it's
I'm
like-
not one of those people, but
It's like the same thing happened with Crackdown and
Halo.
Crackdown was good.
the Halo beta.
Yeah, that's true. But Crackdown was like a hidden gem. Everyone bought it
Yeah,
for
it
the
was.
beta, and then Crackdown was amazing. So,
Well, Crackdown got like critical acclaim, so I think it sold a lot just on its own merit, but I'm sure a lot of people did buy it for the Halo 3 for the beta.
yeah.
Bulletstorm, I played that at like one of the trade shows, and I wasn't that blown away by it. I played it for like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. You shoot a guy in the balls. Yeah, I'm
honest,
done.
it made me
like,
dizzy.
yeah.
Like I put the game, I dashboarded out of the demo because I was like, this is making me sick. I've never played an FPS that made me dizzy since like GoldenEye, back when the first FPS, not before that, but whatever. Like I play FPSs all the time, and they don't do anything to me, but that game instantly made me nauseous.
I get the appeal of it. I get like the appeal of just all out destruction and like killing your opponents in these creative ways and racking up combos, but I save all the batshit crazy stuff, like the off the rails kind of stuff that I do in video games. I save that for sandbox games like Grand Theft Auto. Like I think when you try and plug in that formula in a first person shooter, it didn't work for me. A lot of people were stoked on it. Like Trout was like really, really super stoked on the game, and I get why. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, but I'll definitely be picking up Crisis 2 on March 22nd, I think it is. And like Ben was saying, we played that one map for days and never got, I got sick of it just because it was repetitious, but is that a word?
Repetitious?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's a word. Is it? Yeah.
But.
Oh, no. Repetitive.
Yeah. Repetitious.
Yeah.
You're always making up words,
Yeah.
One thing I can say about Crysis, though, in general, and Crytek, is that those fucking dudes are technological geniuses. I'm sorry, but console games usually look like shit when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, and Crysis 2 was fucking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Console games don't look like shit, dude. It's just your
you
PC
ever played
player.
Gears?
Gears
Gears of War is
probably the
beautiful.
best. Yeah, Gears, yeah, but like I'm just like in comparison to the amount of pixels that it can process, I don't understand how they managed to do that with Crysis 2, because it's
It looks
genius.
good. It looks really good.
Let me process your pixel.
I don't know if it looked as good as Killzone, but it looked really good.
Killzone is amazing. I played Killzone at PAX, Killzone 3, and that thing was beautiful.
It looks a little over the top, though. I've watched a few gameplays on it, and like the snow flying and all the detail looks a little bit, I don't know.
Yeah. That's
too
the power of the PlayStation 3 at work right there. It's
Yeah,
doing stuff that a 360 can't do.
it's true. So let's talk a little bit about the map pack really quick.
Yes.
Okay, BRB.
BRB.
John, did you not buy it?
He doesn't have it yet.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, I thought maybe for console. I thought maybe he bought it for Xbox.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you guys think about the map pack so far? You liking it?
I love it.
Love it? I'm right there
Yeah,
with you. I think it's great.
I was frustrated the first few times I played the maps, but that's normal whenever I play a new map because I don't know what I'm doing. I got my ass kicked on Stadium the first 3 times I played it. I'm like, this map is insane. I don't know what's going on.
Should I buy it for zombies?
Yes.
Oh, dude, it's
Zombies
The
is
zombie map is so
It's amazing.
good.
Yeah.
I
It's a
can
great
honestly
map.
say that I never ever have enjoyed zombies, even in World at War. I hated it. Like I could play it maybe once every 2 or 3 months, but Ascension is like the best thing ever. I
PhD
don't know,
flopper all day.
Yeah, there's something about it that it just makes it so much more fun, so much more enjoyable, and even though it is a fucking time investment. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
If you are good at zombies, you have to put in 2 or 3 hours just for one session or whatever you want to say. And it is, I'm willing to make that investment now where I wouldn't have been, in the previous zombie maps, so.
I think the problem that World of War maps had was, I don't know about you guys, but our strategy was holding up in one room and putting 3 guys on the main door to the room, and then 1 guy on the window, and then hold the guy at the window for 3 hours while everybody switched out their guns.
Well, that was more for the first and second zombie map packs, but what was the third one called again? It was a Japanese Shinonoma and Durice.
Yeah.
Actually, you could actually start running laps and get routes down.
Yeah.
And that to me is the funnest part. I love that grind. If a game makes a grind fun, like Diablo, kind of, that's a total grind, but you have fun when you're doing it. Then I don't even know. You're doing the same thing over and over and over again in this new zombies map until round 24. You get the PhD flopper and you get 2 guys flopping and killing the zombies that way. And then after that, you get a route down. But you're doing the same thing for 2.5 hours and it's fun the entire time.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that works, but it's fun.
The monkeys add some crazy shit,
God.
like them stealing your perks.
You can't even kill those things with anything but a ray gun after around 26.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You can't even kill them.
Oh my
You can
god.
kill them with a sickle, thunder gun, and ray gun. That's the only thing that'll kill it.
Even the sickle, it takes 3 swipes. It's not instant either. So if you have a couple running at it, you gotta really think about what you're doing.
Yeah, and if you get mobbed on because we made the mistake of splitting up at round 27 monkeys, and really at that point you just gotta stick together. You can team shot monkeys with upgraded guns that aren't ray guns, but you can't do it by yourself. If you got 5 monkeys running at you on level 27, it's that's it. You don't want to get downed and lose your upgraded ballistic knife or whatever you have, but But yeah, like, and also another part of zombies that I really like is like, I don't like going online and looking up tip videos on how to get to round 40. I like to try and figure that out myself. And so like like, you know, Justra found this route out by himself, which I'm sure has become like the standard route because I don't think there's anything else you can do. But, you know, once you get that route down, like, at the end, it doesn't even matter what weapon you have. You could be using a weapon off the wall. It's about money management and traps. Like, you have to constantly be setting up traps, but you also have to be putting enough bullets into zombies to rack up enough points to set off those traps.
Yeah.
And it becomes really, really tricky.
Yeah. I think that route developed from us playing a 4-player game with 2 other guys. One was Bash and one was a random person. Bash lagged out, so it was down to 3. We were on like round 26. The guy got downed in the beginning of the round, so it was just me and Juice playing against what should have been against 4 people. So because they don't lower the number of zombies, do they?
No, they only spawn in a certain amount of zombies per person at a time, but it'll still give you like the overall amount of zombies for 4 players.
Yeah, so we were double teaming it with just 2 of us when it should have been 4.
It's erotic.
It was. It was pretty fun. But Ascension, yeah, I agree, is the best zombie map by far.
Yeah, it's great. What do you guys think about because I play a lot of Domination. I know Hutch does as well. What do you guys think about the B flag placement on Domination for these new maps? Do you guys like
Stadium ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, but do you guys like that, how they're such a battle?
Oh, I love it.
I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
Me too. I'm right there with you. I think
It's good
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Ben.
I think that it's good that not one side has an advantage, because I know there's some maps where I'm like, man, I wish I have the A spawn, or I wish I have the C spawn, or there's some maps where I wish, like, I just run to the other side to get, you know, to flip the
Summit.
the spawns. Yeah, Summit is a perfect example. Like, I'll run to C right away and just try and get that spawn straight away. So I think that what they did really well is just kind of even it out and make both sides equal.
I will say that Stadium, the C spawn's a little bit better because that globe's not in your way.
Yeah. Well, the spawn in Stadium is really weird. They'll spawn kind of behind B, back behind the
side of it.
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. The spawns are really erratic.
Yeah.
And that map, but it's not, I don't think the spawns are bad.
I don't think they are either.
The way that it works is it just makes for, I don't know how it is in TDM, because I've only played it in Dom, but it makes that game mode on that map is just so exciting. You always have to be on your toes. You can't get too comfortable. Don't expect to be able to camp in one spot the whole game, because you'll get flushed out like immediately. So it's like it becomes this game of like just awareness. Like, I think the players with like better reflexes and gun skills will do a lot better on that map.
Have you played demo on that map?
No, I heard it was nuts though. I heard you can spawn trap the shit out of it.
It's the worst. It's worse than Havana. It's worse than Havana.
I played demo on that.
Which spawn?
Both. You can spawn trap on offense and defense. I did it.
Yep.
So they will never spawn on the side. They'll only spawn in the back.
Well, what you do when you spawn C, which is I think C-Dom, which is attacking, right? When you're on offense. One guy head glitches at the stairs in front of the globe and shoots back into the spawn. One guy's in the building on the right to prevent them from spawning over there, and then they just keep spawning back.
Back behind A?
Yeah, they keep spawning behind A-Dom by those little ticket counter things.
Right. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I was in that building because I was 7-4, and the person on our team was like he had 30 kills already because he was on the stairs. And I was in that back building by A-Dom by those little turnstiles, and they spawned right next to me.
Well,
demo spawn traps are the worst. That's why I don't play it. Just because if I get stuck with teammates that can't do anything, it's just horrible. Makes me want to kill myself. So
Discovery is a really cool map too. I usually don't like big maps, but it has some interesting routes. Like, I didn't even know about the bridge that goes underneath B flag. until
really?
About like the 15th, until around like the 15th time that I played it. I didn't realize that you could go down there.
That's the big collapsible bridge. That's supposed to be the big thing.
Do you know that?
Well, they have 2 collapsible bridges on both sides of the map too.
Yeah,
so there's actually
there's 3 of them. Yeah. But that's kind of the main one. That's supposed to be the big one that they featured. But I don't know. I don't think it's very like useful, to be honest. That bottom bridge.
I think it's awesome because you can run underneath that bridge and you can go to CDOM, and that CDOM building, that huge warehouse building, you can head up the stairs and get right on the first level, and you can sneak up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's a great, like, if you guys, I don't know, if there's a guy camping in that building or something like that, or if there's a headquarters over there, that's a perfect place to go and capture it because one of the headquarters is in that building. So if you run underneath, nobody will see you until you get up into that level, and then, it's you against them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really cool way of incorporating an alternative route. So instead of having 3 choke points, the left, the right, and the middle,
Berlin
now all
Wall.
of a sudden, oh yeah. You know what though? Like I really like Berlin Wall. I didn't like it at first, but I really like that map.
Because you found your collateral spot.
Oh god, that spot is so dirty.
What is it? You gotta tell me.
Can't say it on the podcast.
Yeah, I can say it. I mean, I got a montage clip from it, so you'll see it in Montage Madness. But
he screams you if you flip the spawns on him. So don't do that on Berlin Wall. Goldie, God damn it, move, you son of a bitch! You're messing up my quad.
Because if you trap and you don't push up, they'll constantly spawn back C. Okay, so the spot is. If you know where A flag is and C flag are right?
It's in the bar.
Yeah, they're diagonals.
Yeah, so you run from A flag along that right side flank. You know where that one nasty head glitch spot is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is that is the nastiest head glitch spot because you can't shoot through that surface. Did you guys realize that? You can't even shoot through that tint.
You talking about the left road?
He's talking about the right road.
Yeah, there's a road.
road.
Yeah, there's a road with tanks on it, and then there's a road with the head glitch, yeah.
Yeah.
So you run past the head glitch, and then you go to the left, and there's a bar. It's a bar, and you can look, you can scope through the door, and you'll see all of them running towards the middle, like as if they were all rushing B flag. But you can head glitch behind the table with a sniper scope, and hard scope the shit out of it. And they can't, it's really hard for them to flush you out because you're head glitching. They're completely out in the open. And if you set up something like a motion sensor or a claymore behind you, it can be really tricky to push you out of there. Like I got bullied out of it a couple times with noob tubes, so you can definitely push them out. But, if they're just letting you do that the whole game, like I got so many collaterals. I got 3 collaterals in that one spot in one night.
Should have got a triple last night or the night before, whatever.
Oh
it
yeah,
was.
did I show you that in theater mode?
Yeah, that was Guy with flak jacket survived it. Didn't even register on him.
Yeah. When I was playing it, dude, I hit like 4 quads.
Cool, John. Cool story, bro. Go back to whacking off with Pro Mod.
I just made a cup of noodles because you were talking about it. I figured I would play no part in this conversation, so I should probably go make some cup of noodles. The trick to a good cup of noodles is after you mix them, you put like a teaspoon of Creole seasoning in there. It's fucking baller.
I put Johnny's seasoning salt in it. It's so good.
It's kind of like Creole seasoning.
Okay, yeah, that's delicious.
Tony Chachkis or Chachis, whatever.
All right, go back to your conversation. I'm gonna slurp in your ears.
Well, real quick before we move away from the spot, it's actually one of the few spots in Black Ops where a sniper is probably the best thing to have. Because you can drop them so quickly and they funnel through that. I think it's worse than like the terminal, not terminal, but like the terminal hallway or the Skid Row hallway.
Yeah. I would agree with that probably.
Because you have a totally unhampered line of sight, and if you pop on a variable scope, the first zoom, not the second or third, but the first zoom is just perfect.
Do you know that is the same zoom as it's the regular zoom?
Yeah, I knew that. There's no magnification on the first zoom. It's just
right.
it's just an arbitrary scope. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Pro tip.
Pro tip of the day.
When I first started playing the maps, I absolutely hated Berlin Wall because I felt like it was run down but more cramped because you couldn't have that river that you could run in.
Yeah.
So there's only 3 ways across and that's it. I mean, if you can't get across, you can't get across. But
yeah, if you're playing against a good team, it's impossible to flank them. It's impossible to grab the B flag. So I think that that game type is pretty straightforward. It's just lock it down.
Mm-hmm.
Don't push up too far and just lock down the flanks.
I don't know if you guys watched T-Mart's video, but you can cap behind the wall on the B flag. As long as you throw a smoke to stop the turret, you can sit right behind the wall and cap the flag, and nobody will notice you.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Did you
awesome.
also know that wall is not there for headquarters?
Yeah, it's not there. It's only there for Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty awesome that it's there, but,
Yep.
I was playing headquarters and I was like, where the fuck is that wall? I want to hide behind.
I know, right? That's exactly what I was doing. But yeah, headquarters right there is insane because it's completely open. There's so many lines of sight. Along the roads, they can see you when you're on it. I mean, it's bad. But, so.
Show. Alright, I think we should talk about something that John can talk about, because he's been kind of quiet over there.
John, some noobs. I'm owning noobs. Don't worry.
No, let's just talk about penises and dicks and cocks. Your expertise. No?
My expertise, I don't know, I'm fucking owning on ProNob right now. ProNob? Dude, seriously, all you got on
Speaking of
controlling
dicks,
engagement like pro.
pro knobs.
How do you even get into a pro mod lobby? Because I've tried before.
You filter your server list to allow mods, and you find a server that has pro mod in the title. Like,
I need to try that sometime.
Yeah, go to the bottom of your server list, of your server browser, you'll see a thing called filters. Set the filters to yes, and you'll find pro mod servers.
John, do you think they could ever do that for a console game? Like
No.
add a playlist or something like that?
They could add a playlist that had like pro mod variables, cause really, no, maybe not, because pro mod dumbs down textures and shit too, to give you like the max frame rate possible. Like I run it at 333 frames a second, which is the max the engine allows, I think.
Are they ever...
Your eye can't even distinguish beyond 200 frames a second. What's the point of that?
With the Quake engine, which is what every Call of Duty's modeled after, you can actually, like, you move a little bit quicker when you strafe, your bullets fire a little bit faster, and you can jump further if you have a higher frame rate. But it's only in intervals. Like 125 allows you to jump jump further than 0. 250 allows you to jump further than 125 does, and 333 is the max.
Wow, it actually affects how far you can jump?
Not by much, but enough to hit like really crazy strafe jumps and stuff. Like
What about
people will
bounces?
do shit. Yeah, bounces too. People will hit shit hobbies that you've never seen, like people do in Call of Duty. Like people will get on top of the building. You know, on Backlot, how there's the spawn building where the A-bomb plant is for search and destroy.
Yeah.
You can get on top of that building in Pro Mod.
Well, yeah, I've seen
wow.
pro mod montage or gameplay from pro mod where they're up on buildings that I'm like, what the fuck? How did they get up there?
You can get to some pretty crazy places because it's easier to strafe jump. Like, you know, like if you watch one of Dietrich's frag movies, you know, the fuck is that? Is that Strike?
Strike.
Yeah,
He strafe jumps up from the bomb onto the market and onto the wall.
Yeah, you can, like, that's like the easiest thing in the world to do on a PC. But
if you watch that video though, he's really careful with his movements. So like he has to look down, be really precise about how far he's going before he tries to make the jump. Like it takes him a minute. A PC player could probably just like boop, 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 boop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, what else do you want to talk about, John? Come on, give us something here.
I don't really give a damn.
Don't really give a damn. I will come over there and cock slap you, then you'll give a damn.
Here's my question. Do they have kill streaks in Pro Mod?
No kill streaks, no UAV or nothing.
So what is the difference between Pro Mod and something like Black Ops? So what's the oomph that COD 4 Pro Mod has that something like Bare Bones Black Ops doesn't have?
The health is reduced to 75%. There's no sway on the sniper rifle. Guns are limited. You can't use whatever weapons you want.
No attachments as well?
Full
correct?
bullet penetration through the entire map. Like I could shoot you from a spawn on this map, and if I aim correctly through all of the buildings, I'm still gonna hit you.
That seems kind of dumb.
It's really sweet, actually.
So it's like
Pro-ass spawn snipes.
So it's like ultimate wall hacks?
Yeah.
Seems like you just spawn up and die every time.
It's really balanced the way that they modded. Like I don't even know what all the changes are, but it works well.
But you also don't have any attachments, correct? Like no red dot sight, no.
Seems like the FOV's more too.
Yeah, you can change your field of view to 80. Used to be 90, but now it's 80. Whereas by default, it's only 60, I think.
One thing I will say that PC gameplay that has the the higher field of view looks so much better than console.
Yeah.
Like your sniping game that you just posted a few days ago on Firing Range looks amazing. Like it doesn't even look like Black Ops. The graphics look so good. That's the best rendered video you've ever put out for Black Ops.
John has sexy render settings.
No, he tried that on Villa or whatever, and it didn't look as good.
Well, my question is, you can run custom games and fuck with a lot of those same settings.
Yep.
So, I mean, it kind of goes back to what I was saying. Are you sure it's not COD fatigue? Cause I have COD fatigue, man. Like, I love Call of Duty, but I can't play Black Ops as much as I played Call of Duty 4. Otherwise, I just get full of rage. So like right now I'm playing Black Ops like, maybe 2 or 3 days out of the week. And like, maybe collectively I'll play it like 8 hours a week now. And that I'm more than happy with the product that I've been given when I play it in moderation. There was like in January I was playing it obscenely. I was playing it like 4 hours every night, and after doing that, after a month, I'm like, fuck this game! You know, I definitely had moments where I was just like, this game is fucking stupid! And then, like, I was like, man, I can't, I just have to walk away from it for like a week or two and come back, cause...
That's Bendro every day lately.
Yeah.
You played one game with me today, Bendro.
I played 2.
You know, you
enough.
raged in the second one.
Yeah, one
you
was
quit
West
out.
Coast Connection. The second one, I was host.
And you quit
It's
out.
like the worst combination ever. But the
funny
game I was
thing about
host, the game I was host, one of it was the 30 frames a second bullshit that I don't know if anybody else, if somebody else has run into that, let me know, please, because I don't know if it's just me or what, but 30 fucking frames a second, that's what it feels like. And then West Coast Connections, God,
The funny thing about the West Coast Connection, people might think we're just saying that, but we got into a lobby the other night. It was like 5 of us. I don't remember who was with us, but it was terrible connections all game. And then after the game, just for shits and giggles, we were like, hey guys, where are you guys from? Just out of curiosity. There, California. Oh, that explains it.
Well, whenever I played like Al Caponage on his East Coast host, like 1v1 shipment snipes, I was just like, I can't do this. Cause I'd be on like a 3-bar too, and I'd be like, this is not, you and me will never have a fair fight, because it's just, on your host, like, it's unplayable, and he says the same thing about my host, so, I don't know if that's totally limited to Black Ops, although I'm not gonna disagree that it feels like a 3-bar is a little bit weaker in this game.
Well, that explains why you beat me in Reach 1v1s all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know who's host every single time in Reach, you know, I don't, like, Halo player, I wouldn't know what to look for to determine whether or not I was host.
That's the only reason.
Dude, whatever, dude.
Just say you.
and it's because maybe I'm a little bit better with a sniper. Maybe.
You're way better.
I'm
way
terrible at that game.
My KD's like 1.4.
Yeah, mine is too. Mine's like 1.4. Have you guys played the MLG playlist at all?
Nope.
Yes.
No, I haven't gotten on Halo Reach since
Black Ops
came out.
Yep.
Oh man, it's a lot of fun, but you'll get raped. You'll get fucking shit packed.
You have to have a good team or play against complete noobs, or
Yeah.
you will get fucked over. It's like going in by yourself and playing a full team. If you have like moderately bad teammates, it's unbearable almost.
We got paired up with pros. So it was me and Slow and Painful and maybe T-Mart actually, I think. I can't remember. And then we hopped in 3 of us. And we had a random teammate, and then as soon as the game starts, Slow goes, "Oh my god." I was like, "What's going on?" And he goes, That's straight sick." I'm like, "Who's that?" And he goes, "That's the guy that won the free-for-all combine and won." And I was like, "Oh shit." And it was on Asylum. And that's a map that those guys have been, or not as a Sanctuary, that's a map that those guys have been playing since Halo 2. And so what they did immediately, one guy just got straight to Jetpack and went up to Ring 3. One guy grabbed Evade and was rolling around all over the place. Like, in our spawn, and then they just posted up in our spawn and killed us immediately off spawn the entire game. It was like, oh my god, this is horrible.
I might have to jump on that this weekend and check it out.
It's fun, man. You have to have a good team though, for sure.
I'm still not up to the lieutenant colonel or whatever the rank is for the. What they raised the cap though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what's really fun is CTF on Countdown.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And see, even CTF on Sanctuary too. But the thing is like, I'm kind of like on the fence about that. I don't know if Reach should be, like, you're using a fucking forged Halo 2 map for an MLG. Like, that kind of bums me out that, like, it didn't bum me out at the time, but that kind of bums me out about Reach is that there's so many Reach Red maps.
Yeah.
Like they didn't take the time to make the new maps.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, like, it's an MLG map. Like, MLG's a main stage game. And they fucking forged a Halo 2. That's just funny to me. Like, that's an official map, is like what they made it themselves. They're like, no, we don't like your maps. Let's just go in there and just make it ourselves.
Have you tried the new maps for Halo Reach?
I bought them so I could play in the playlist, but none of them came up for me. No, one of them did. It was a map on Team Snipers. It was one of the Forge maps, of course. But, like, a Forge map shouldn't be part of a map pack. It's just, like, if I can make it, then it shouldn't be in the map pack. I shouldn't be paying money for it. That's how I feel.
It's true. To just have them put in your shipment map.
Yeah, that was good.
You get the revenue for it.
If I could ever get my file share to work, that'd be awesome. But
It still doesn't work?
no, my file share doesn't work in Reach. I called Microsoft, called Bungie, and like we know people at Microsoft and Bungie that I can like get direct lines of communication with, and like both parties were just like, nope, it's the other guy. So like, Microsoft was telling me it was Bungie, Bungie was telling me it was Microsoft. Microsoft's like, well, if you change your gamer tag, it'll work. And so I changed
Changed like 4 times, didn't you?
Yeah, I changed the Mighty Hutch to something else. And so I don't really care that I lost that gamer tag, but I spent the money to change my gamer tag and it still didn't work. I'm like, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm going to be playing Black Ops soon anyways.
It's true. Well, is there anything else? Oh, go ahead, Ben.
Do you think that is ever something that will come to the Call of Duty series, being able to create your own maps?
That's the next
It's on
step, I think.
It's on PC, but I think they should implement it because that would be a bunch of replay value. Like,
I think they'd have
like
to they'd have to sacrifice some stuff. Like I think they'd definitely have to sacrifice stuff like either face paint or like camouflage or something. Like, would you give up camouflage for a map editor?
Absolutely. I don't if you watch any of my, I don't put camo, I don't put face paint, unless it's Apache, naturally.
Rolling with those tomahawks, putting some feathers in your hair.
Yep, you know it.
You put red camo on your AK, I've seen that.
That's the only thing I do.
I'd rather have gore. I'd rather have gore than camo in multiplayer. That's just me though.
yeah.
I like the camo. I'm looking
like
forward to
camo.
when I hit 14 and I can buy some golden guns.
Oh.
'Cause
That's the only thing I will ever put on my gun is golden, except for the AK. The AK-47, I should say. AK-47 red. Woo.
Real
I was really big on the AK-47 when the game first came out, and now I think it sucks.
It's hit or miss with me.
I don't like the what they do with the iron sights for this one. I love COD 4's iron sights.
The range on it is shitty though. It's got such a high kick.
Yeah,
Like
it does.
bounces,
At a certain
it bounces
yeah.
straight up, and so you just lose people in your iron sights.
Yeah,
One
I
thing I
two burst
heard-
it all the time.
One thing that I heard was the Galil, the AK-47, and the Commando have the exact same recoil. The visual recoil that you see on the gun is different, but if you shoot the gun and just hold down the trigger, aim down sight, it's the exact same gun.
Well, it is, but the gun's just
Rate of
varied
fire.
from side to side.
No, the rate of fire is the same.
The damage is the same, the rate of fire is the same, but the only thing that is different is the side-to-side kick.
No, that's the visual recoil. What you see when you shoot the gun when your reticle's popping up and down with the AK or going left and right with the Galil, it's the same bullet pattern, but it's a different visual recoil. And I heard that from Xbox Ahoy, and that dude pretty much knows everything about Call of Duty Black Ops.
Did you know that the Galil doesn't lose any power with a silencer?
That's why I use it.
At all?
At all. No, there's no damage drop off with the silencer.
It's like the UMP of this game.
It's the same thing with a Spaz shotgun. Spaz shotgun doesn't have a drop off with a silencer.
Yeah, which I think is sweet.
That's amazing. Nobody knows
Yeah.
about it. They're like, oh, that'll drop the range. Nope. Attach on that silencer and go to work.
Just sad
I
that's
played
the
with-
only
I never
attachment
used
they
the
have.
Spaz in Black Ops. I don't know why. I hate shotguns.
I love the shotties in this game. I haven't used them in a really long time. I've been switching it up, but I was playing with XCal the first couple weeks, and I saw him using a shotgun, but it was making that noise that like the silent shotgun makes, and I was like, dude, what are you doing? Why would you use a silencer? And he like made this really snooty remark like, well, obviously you don't know that there's no damage or range drop off. And I was like, are you serious? And like he was raping with it, and then after that I tried it, and I was like, oh my god, this gun is amazing.
Yeah, I've gotten 50, 60 plus kill games with that thing. Just tearing it up.
Cool story, bro.
Thanks.
That's smart.
Thanks, Mr. Apache.
That's smart game design though, because it makes a shotgun like viable. It makes it able to compete with even something like 74U. If you run around with a Spaz on Summit, you could do just as well with a 74U. The Spaz on Summit is pretty goddamn deadly.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a good gun.
So, yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on before we end this besides your PPs?
This was way too much Black Ops talk. This is like super boring.
Dude, we asked you if you had anything to contribute, and you said, I'm gonna go make a cup of noodles.
Pull up Twitter topics or something. I don't know.
Those all work, Twitter topics.
All sacks. Alright, let's see.
I need some beer.
No.
Well, we do need to wrap this up soon because I want to play zombies, but I also don't want to be up until 7. Oh, John, you gotta start downloading the maps now if you want to play zombies with us.
I'm not downloading maps. But
Are
I
you
will
serious?
I will never play them again.
Why not?
You will play zombies with us again.
I doubt it.
If Bendro had a vagina, would you tap it? That's a question.
Possibly.
Obviously, yes.
John, what if I paid for the map just so you would play zombies with us?
Go ahead.
I'll pay for the map. Just buy it and I'll pay for it.
How are we gonna do that? Go recover my account.
Recover your account and then start the download and then cancel it or something?
No. Yeah, and then I'll re-download them on my Xbox.
PayPal, yo. I'll just PayPal that shit too.
Nah.
What do you mean, meh? You'll get it, what, are you gonna be sore for $15 in the next 3 days?
I'm gonna be fucking broke as a joke.
Get out of
I
here.
don't have $15.
Mr. I don't know.
$10,000 PC you're sitting on.
Yeah.
$1 million.
Are there any other games for PC that you're looking forward to? Like, are you gonna pick up Dead Space on PC?
I already have Dead Space 2, actually. And this is bad, children, don't do what I do. But if I'm unsure about a game, I pirate it first. And I stole a copy of Dead Space 2, played it for about an hour, and then I went and bought it on Steam. Because they deserved my money for that shit. That game is amazing.
Two questions. How's the multiplayer, and what exactly is the multiplayer?
I haven't even touched it. I've been too engrossed in the single player.
I wonder if it's going to turn out like BioShock 2, where it was fun and like an arcadey, and like in a very arcadey way, but yeah, there's no lasting power.
Yeah.
Like they added those ranks, and it's like, why'd you even bother putting that in? There's no way I'm going to play past like rank 20.
I wonder if anybody plays that game online anymore. Like if
They do.
it ever developed a community.
I don't know if it developed a community, but you can play it online for sure. They had the DLC. They had like extra maps for multiplayer and stuff like that too.
I will play Xbox all day if we're playing Call of Duty 2.
Why do you live in the past?
How do you find that fun? That's just what I want to know.
That game
the
is
controls
amazing.
are so sluggish.
It is
It's
amazing.
like maneuvering a tank in Battlefield.
You're just
COD.
bad.
Whoa! COD 2?
COD
COD
2,
2
I
is
cannot stand COD 2's controls.
Amazing.
What are you talking about?
They're
dude?
a little sloppy. They're a little sloppy. Not as crisp
wait.
as COD 4. You gotta admit that.
No, I actually don't. Like, I totally
They
disagree.
were perfectly fine.
I literally just got done playing Battlefield and I was like, okay, bought COD 2, I'll go play it. And I thought Battlefield's controls were better than COD 2's.
No way. Get
Yep.
out of here. No, it's because it
100%
doesn't
sure.
have a customizable sensitivity. I have a hard time playing COD 2 because it takes me like a full hour to get used to the sensitivity again because they don't usually have the same one that I like to use. But beyond that, the controls are just totally 1-to-1.
For me, they are, yeah. I don't notice any difference.
Not for me. I could never ever get those controls down.
You
something
probably play on
about
like
it
10
was.
sensitivity on Xbox, so you can get some fucking elite muzzle fuzzer rape shot, bounce shot, peanut butter nipple shots.
I tried, but it wouldn't let me. I couldn't spin fast enough, dude.
God, I wish that they would
Couldn't
give
bounce
us
high enough.
the L96 with just an iron sight. Give
Oh my
us a true bolt action. That would be
I-
incredible.
That's why Call of Duty's so much fun to me. Like, I don't even care about anything. I just love the bolt actions.
I'm surprised
Fuck
that
it.
they didn't. They had what was it? 4 in World at War?
Yeah.
And they were amazing.
Yeah, they were so much fun.
They had they originally had another bolt action in Black Ops, but they ultimately decided that one is enough because bolt actions they're like the same thing. So like the R700 and COD 4 and the M40, it was like the same thing. So like the R700 had like a little bit more recoil, it was like a little bit more powerful, but I mean ultimately you didn't really get like all those arguments about whether or not like the R700 is better, no, the M40 is better. It's like, dude, they're the same fucking gun. Like the M40 has an extra bullet. Why wouldn't you use it? Like there's no point in using the other one. So I think that they're just kind of done with bolt actions. Like and especially after World of War, they just didn't want to spend too much time on them, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just like the different
the
sounds.
PSG-1. Did you guys play with the PSG-1
Oh
yet?
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
And
a beauty.
snipers still suck.
No, not the PSG-1.
Dude, the PSG-1 is pretty ridiculous.
It is, if you go with it, it's disgusting. You can get one-shot kills consistently with that thing.
Okay, 1v1 me. I'll have an assault rifle of your choosing, and you can use the sniper, and we'll see what happens.
What map?
Any map.
Any
Alright.
map?
Any map.
Take it, Hutch, Berlin Wall.
I wouldn't do that, Ben. He's gonna get a West Coast connection on you.
Yeah, that's true.
I get to be host.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I'll play you on Stadium. Stadium seems like it would be a pretty good 1v1 map.
What assault rifle would you choose?
He
You
used the
snipe?
FAMAS, of course.
I don't want to
No,
use the FAMAS.
You choose it for him.
Oh. How about the AK? You'd have the AK.
Oh,
Like,
that's
that
right up my leg.
seriously sounded like you were having an orgasm.
You
That's
understand
the
how much
noise
I
that
love
you
that gun?
make.
That is my favorite gun. Like, I love that more than the 74U.
Is that the noise that you make when you're getting blown? You just go,
It's very similar. It was
I
like,
usually say your name, to be
it was a
honest,
gift.
Hutch.
I don't blame you. That makes sense. Actually, no, you would rate me. The snipers are good in team games. Like you're a distractor with a sniper. Like you're a nuisance and you're a distractor. You thrive off of other people not knowing what the hell just hit them. If it's a one-on-one situation, like an assault's always going to do better than a sniper in like any first-person shooter, probably. Like the best opper, if you want 1v1 in a small map against the best AK player, like who's going to win, John? Like most of
Opper, every time.
the Really?
Because there's no
Oh, yeah.
sway.
Oh
There's
yeah,
no
you know
sway.
what?
There's no
You're
sway, and
right.
it's always a one-shot.
Yeah, you're probably right on that one. Well, Counter-Strike's its own thing. Like, well, I guess Halo, the sniper would probably have an advantage too. Whatever. Let's just talk about Call of Duty. In Call of Duty, like you're putting yourself at a disadvantage when you're 1v1 sniper versus assault. That's why the pros never use snipers, is because if you're playing something like Search and you were in a clutch situation and you were stuck with a sniper, it was just like game over. You were just so
You would have
shit
to
out
hit
luck.
every single shot, and you couldn't run into more than one person at a single time.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, a good opper in Counter-Strike doesn't miss a single shot, and it's just an op is overpowered pretty much.
An op, okay, I played with APL, man, it's probably been a month ago, but he put me on a server with a bunch of pros. He's like, man, I told him that I was starting to get better. He's like, okay, you're ready for the big leagues. So we played with a bunch of pros. I could not turn a fucking corner without dying. Like, these guys would never miss. They had their points set up. You couldn't turn a corner unless you were ready to fucking fire back at these whatever angles they were shooting at.
Pre-fire.
It's retarded.
You have to strafe around the corner, pre-fire like a spot where you know somebody will be, and just one burst them.
Yeah, and I would get killed every single time. I was like, okay, this is not fun for me.
I've been playing ESEA, like competitive pickup games on the weekends, and it's embarrassing. Cause like I'll go into a pub game and I'll do fine. I'll do like 3-1, 4-1 sometimes. And then I'll go into a competitive match and I'll end up like 2-16 and shit.
Those guys are so good. It's fun to watch though. I mean, like I spectated a couple guys and it's fun to watch how good these guys are. But
Yeah, Counter-Strike frag movies are the best frag movies like on the internet.
the ones with commentators, oh my god. The ones where they're like commentating like
European commentators.
APL's the best commentator there is.
Yeah, that's good.
If anybody listening to this hasn't seen this video, please go watch it. It's the best video on YouTube.
I favorited it, so I don't know if you can look through my favorites, but it's CSS shoutcasting with APL Fisher, I think.
I am Chef America.
I was about to put it on Reddit, but somebody already had it up there.
Amazing.
It was, oh my
This
god.
is sensational.
Oh my god.
I had no idea that he was capable of that. Oh my god, I was laughing so hard. Like, I got a hold of him that day. I was like, dude, you need to put this up on Machinima.
It originated from the first time we ever played Counter-Strike Source together. I was playing with like the name Fat Coming Cock or something. And I was the last person alive. And there was two guys sitting around bomb site A on Dust 2. And he just busted out, like, here comes Fat Coming Cock running around the corner trying to land at bomb site A. Like on the all-talk thing, and everybody just started dying. And I've been telling him to make a video about it for like 6 months.
Yeah. You did make a video about it. There was a video where he was talking about Fat Coming Cock.
Yeah, that was just in like a dual commentary with me, but I wanted to do like a whole video
of that's right. Yeah.
It was good.
And that video, it's funny because that video got like, in a few days, it got like 4 times the amount of views that his videos normally get.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's sitting at like 50,000 views right now, and his videos usually get anywhere between like probably 8 and 12, something like that.
Yep.
And it just got blown off like immediately. So
I don't know how you couldn't like that video. It was
hilarious.
It was entertaining
Oh my God.
beyond belief.
That whole night would have been like a night you guys would have loved because I was hammered. I don't know if he was or not, but he bought Skype credits and we called a Walmart. And he was like telling this lady at Walmart, he's like, me and my wife, we're newly married and stuff. You have to take this into consideration. And things started to get hot and heavy, so we went into one of the dressing rooms and I fucked her and I left my wallet there.
Oh my god.
He's having way too much fun. He was like he would call a Chinese restaurant. And like he'd order food from them, but like he'd be shoutcasting a Counter-Strike match. So he's like, I really need this Kung Pao chicken because there's 3 terrorists coming around the bomb site A throwing flashbangs. Oh god, it was so funny.
Are those going to be uploaded? I think I read something like that.
I think we'll probably upload a couple.
That'll be cool.
And we
speaking of Asians in general, martial arts movies. So,
Oh my god.
I went on I want to shout this movie out though. I really do. Like, I went on a date on Saturday and I told her, I said, you can pick the movie. And, which can be a bold move in certain situations, but it ended up working out awesome. She said, well, what do you think of Kung Fu movies? And I was like, I'm not opposed to them, but I've never really gotten into them that much. And she said, okay, well, this Kung Fu movie came out. It's playing in select theaters, so I want to go see that. And I was like, sweet, that's awesome. It's better than seeing like, what's a shitty Matthew McConaughey romance off the top of your head.
What did I just see?
Fool's Gold.
No strings attached.
Ready to launch or no strings. It's better than one of those, right? And I'm like, sweet, this is awesome. So we saw a movie called Ip Man, and it was 2. So IP space MAN. So Ip Man 2, like the number 2. It's a sequel to the first one. Oh my god, it was amazing. If you don't mind subtitles, the movie was so goddamn dope. I've been on like a kung fu bender the last few days. Like, I watched Ip Man 1 the other night because you can stream that on Netflix. So if you're unsure about seeing it in theaters, just watch the first one on Netflix and it'll make you like be dying to see the second one. And then I started watching a movie last night called Flashpoint. It's got the same actor or whatever. But I'm like all about kung fu movies right now. So if you guys have any suggestions, like send me some tweets or something like that. I heard Ong Bak was another one that I need to watch.
The Three Ninjas is really good too.
Oh my god. With that
Three
Rocky
ninjas.
loves Emily.
Mr. Miyagi
Rocky
and
loves
stuff.
Emily.
Three
Oh, yeah.
ninjas
Oh
is
my
amazing.
god. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice, John. That's a nice reference right there.
That's the movie.
That's the movie,
I
man.
actually watched Three Ninjas Knuckle Up last night while I went to bed. I swear to God.
Dude, they're good movies.
That's
They're
the one where
amazing movies.
with like the dump and shit, and the guy has shit he shouldn't have in his landfill.
Oh, yeah.
It's
They
Jonathan
fight
Taylor
landfill.
Thomas, right?
What's
No,
that?
no, it's,
JTT's in Three Ninjas, yo.
no, not the one I watched.
Really? Jonathan Taylor
No.
Thomas? The
No,
kid
he's
from Home
not.
Improvement?
He's not. No, Tum Tum's a little kid. It's definitely not Rocky or Colt. Yes, I know all of their names. Jonathan Taylor
Interesting.
Thomas is definitely not in there. Playing
Oh.
zombies on PC right now. I've never played zombies on PC before.
Are you playing Ascension?
No, we don't have
We
Ascension.
don't have
I'm playing-
Ascension, numbnuts.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, so if you guys know some other good martial arts movies, then tweet them to me. And if you haven't already seen Ip Man, oh my god, just check it. You guys that are in this podcast right now, it's on Netflix.
I'm gonna
It's
go
so
watch it
fucking-
tonight. I'll watch it before I go to sleep.
There,
You
let me
would.
just give you let me give you one scene, okay, and tell me that it doesn't sound amazing. So the Japanese have invaded China. The movie is about the guy that trained Bruce Lee, that taught him martial arts. And it's obviously like an exaggeration. It's like a glamorization, but it's based on the guy that taught Bruce Lee Wing Chun, or Wing Chun, I think is the name of the martial arts form. But the Japanese invaded China, and so now China's economy was like super fucked. And so he had to start working in the coal mines, and every once in a while a Japanese general would come around and be like, you know, our general is really amused by martial arts. He wants to know if any of the Chinese want to come and fight some of our Japanese soldiers today. And so this one guy goes that was Ip Man's friend, and he gets beaten to death. And so Ip Man volunteers to go and go do martial arts or fight some of the Japanese soldiers one day just to see if he could find his friend, because he didn't know he was dead at this point. And he watches his other friend get shot in the head after losing a fight. And then the guy announces, is there anybody else that wants to fight the Japanese? And Ip Man, who's normally this like really mild-mannered, very zen, very like disciplined guy, starts going fucking ballistic, shaking on the cage, going, I want to fight! I want to fight! And you're like, oh my god, shit's going down. So he opens up the cage, and then he like storms up to the mat and looks up at the general and goes, I want to fight 10 men.
I've seen this movie.
Yeah, the guy before was fighting 3 guys, and so Ip Man goes, I want to fight 10 men. And so there's this long pause. Everyone's like, 10 men, you know, and they do like cool cinematography and eerie music or whatever to get you all amped up. And then fucking Ip Man just goes to town on like fucking 10 dudes with some of the coolest martial arts I've ever seen in a movie. It was intense. I know I probably like just trailed on way too long there, but anyways, it was
If you wanna
awesome.
watch it.
Yeah.
Karate.
Subtitles.
I have
I
one
can't
question
do
before we
subtitles.
leave from Twitter, and it's right up John's alley. So Thomas Rice wants to know if you would you rather have sex with a chick with a dick or a dude with a vagina? If you had
Chick
to pick
with a-
one.
Chick with a dick.
Are you serious? Yeah. No.
The smell of a dude is just. I probably wouldn't have a boner. Sorry, dudes smell different than chicks do.
Are you saying, wait, would you just fuck her in the ass or what?
There you go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Alright, yeah. I'd do the chick.
I would have to agree.
I love me some butt sex.
Spraz,
Put a ring
butt
on a
sex.
finger, you never get butt sex ever again. Remember this, children.
It's not
If you're
true.
interested in getting some butt sex, don't put a ring on a finger. It is
not
100% true.
Oh.
Alright, I guess that about wraps up the episode.
Game
then.
over. You survived
Ask
5
Matt.
rounds. My
Ask
group
Matt.
sucks.
What? I don't
No.
have butt sex.
Are you sure?
I've told you guys. I've told the story already.
he's
I've done it
already
once.
he's already been through it.
Oh.
Yeah.
It slipped in once and never again.
I'd say there's probably like, I don't know, maybe 10 or 20% of women are like definitely down for butt sex. And there is a small percentage of women that enjoy butt sex more than they enjoy vaginal sex. And if you're fortunate enough to cross paths with one of these women,
Marry them.
it's, well, I don't know about marry
Glorious
them, but
Enjoy your time with them.
enjoy your time, be grateful, live in the moment, because it's not going to last.
Fair enough.
Wait, hold on, real quick. I got a question for you guys. Okay, it was a question that I asked Sark and Tabe and Nanners today. So you guys all saw Die Hard with a Vengeance, I'm
The old movie?
assuming, right? If you haven't, fuck you. Everyone
I've
seen
seen it
it,
a
Die
long
Hard
time
with a
ago.
Vengeance?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Well, do you remember one of the very first scenes, John McClane is dropped off on the side of the road wearing the sign that says, I hate N-word? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Vaguely,
yeah.
So the terrorist, there's a terrorist who doesn't like John McClane, and he basically fucks with him the whole day. And the very first thing he does is he has him dropped off in the middle of the ghetto, like a black ghetto, wearing like a street sign across his chest that says "I hate N-word." I know, I don't want to say that word on the podcast just because
That's fun.
whatever. But you guys know the word I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he's just got to survive there for a little bit. Like he can't have it, the police can't intervene. If they do, then like they'll blow up something or something like that. Well, the question I asked today, hold on. As I smoke a cigarette. The question I asked today was, would you be willing to be dropped off in South Central LA with that sign? You're not allowed to talk. You're not allowed to laugh. You're not allowed to make it look like you're crazy, which is what John McClane did. He tried to make it look like he was crazy so that they wouldn't kill him. You're only allowed to just sit there for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes is up, a SWAT team will drop down from a fucking helicopter and pluck you out of there immediately. No questions asked. But would you do that?
For how much money?
For what reward?
For
Oh,
what?
right. $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do it too.
Yeah. If
You
we
realize-
I would
realize-
literally shit my pants in the process, like diarrhea myself down my legs, but I would do it.
You realize that they'd fucking kill you, right?
What time of day?
Like
Oh.
fucking day. Like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'm gonna say no.
not in the middle of the day. No. I would have to make it so they had trouble reading the sign.
I don't know.
No, this isn't broad daylight. No, it's noon on a Saturday.
No.
Okay.
God, no.
Well,
Even-
yeah, because a lot of people might still be sleeping. If it's LA, if it's a younger area of LA, everybody's drinking the night before.
No,
So I
John.
sleep till like
No.
3 p.m. on Saturdays.
There's plenty of people that are out and about at noon on a Saturday in South Central LA. The thing is that I would have to consider is, would they want to beat the living shit out of me? Would they want to kill me immediately, or would they want to like make it last? Because if they want to like make me feel pain and make it last, then 5 minutes later, fucking SWAT's coming in and I'm good to go. But are they just gonna pull out a gun and shoot me in the head right away? I don't know. It's fucking $1 billion. But even still, I don't think I would do it.
I don't think so either.
Diarrhea.
I would do it. Fuck
You
it.
would do it, Ben?
Yeah,
Well, you're
for
not,
sure.
you're not white though.
What are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
trying to say?
He's white.
You
Trust
got
me.
your tomahawks in your back pocket and you just throw them at the bitches.
I just
I'm saying they're more likely to fucking pop a cap on a white guy wearing a sign like that than they are a Native American. Like, at least right off the get-go.
there is no way
He's not,
anybody. in the
he's
world
not even
knows.
Native American.
There's no way anybody knows that I'm Native American unless I told them. I tan
Look at him.
extremely.
He's just tan. He's white.
You are not white. Get out of
Ben
here.
is white.
I'm 100% white.
He's
You
not,
are?
he's not
No, you're
Native
not.
American.
I'm white. I'm like 1/8 Native American.
That's
That's
the
why I
joke.
tan so easy.
Well, that fucking 1/8 showed up in your pigmentation on your skin.
Yeah, I tan ridiculously easy.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that you're 100% white. That's insane.
My
wow,
my grandparents
yeah, look
are 100% Dutch, and Dutch, if you know who Dutch people are extremely white.
yeah, I know what Dutch. With the,
Yeah, so I'm 50% Dutch, and then I'm only like 1/8 Native American. But yes, that does show up. I tan very easily, but I'm not
Oh,
like
did it?
I'm not like something. I'm not like
looking at your pictures, I seriously thought you were like 100% Native American.
no, definitely. But I tan like my tan holds, I guess you can say.
Well, that's funny.
But like you got the Indy 500. I went to the Indy 500 and for 2 days out in the sun all day. I came back and I looked almost black. I mean, I was that tan. I was yeah.
That's crazy.
one of my,
PTL.
I went to a party and somebody called me his N-word. That's when I knew I was a little bit too dark, but yeah.
Yeah, me
Somebody's
too.
called me that too, though. I feel like that word's thrown around like it's nothing.
It's true.
From a guy you've never met before, though?
Totally.
Totally.
Yeah.
Never happened to me before.
I don't know. I used to go to my friends' frat parties when they were off in college. People would bust that out all the time.
Oh, okay.
All right, who's ready for some zombies? Benny, you're down.
Me?
I'm good to go.
Not. It's 2:00 now.
I'm good to go.
Friday night, I'm down.
He meant Brenny.
I meant to say Goldie.
Yeah.
John, you're not downloading the maps as a lost cause, but we'll find a couple other players.
I can download the maps.
Juicer said he was going to be on for you guys.
Oh, yeah, Juicy.
I'll download.
Juicy's got to. You guys didn't tell me that Juicer likes to be called Mark.
He does?
I don't know. I always call him Mark just because like I'm on like a personal like homosexual style of relationship with him.
Yeah, I
Well,
call him either
like-
way.
We did
right when he's coming, I call him Juicer, but usually
Oh my god.
Juicer's man pretty, man. If I was a lady, I'd
he's
be all over
fucking
that.
hot, yeah.
Yeah.
Brittany has like a E-crush on him hardcore. She thinks he's gorgeous. Sorry, Britt. I'm gonna embarrass you.
I mean, he
again.
does make breakfast and films it in his
You
underwear,
missed a good
so.
one too, Hutch. If you should have been on our in our Xbox Live party the one night. I was on Ventrilo with Brittany. We were playing WoW, and then like I jumped on Black Ops. I was playing Black Ops, and I look at my screen on my Ventrilo, and she's still keyed in. So I put on my PC headset, and she's singing at the top of her lungs, not realizing that she's keyed into Ventrilo. And she was like,
What was
"Baby,
she-
are you down, down, down?" And she's singing so loud. It's the most horrible thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, that's awesome.
I in front of like 10 people. It was so good.
That's awesome. Alright.
Well, we did a commentary, and I was like, yeah, I'm sitting here with Juicer and blah blah, and he goes, oh yeah, by the way, I don't like it when you call me Juicer. I was like, really? And he goes, yeah, if we know each other, I prefer it if you called me Mark. I was like, oh, that's good to know. Like, I wasn't offended. I mean, I would want people to, whoops, sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I would want people to tell me if they didn't like that, but yeah, he busted it. Like, he likes to be called Mark if you know him.
Marky
I
Mark.
call him Juicy.
I call him Juicy, yeah. That's what I call him too.
And Mark occasionally. And when we're in bed.
Goldie, I'm inviting you right now.
My Xbox is not on, so let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching,
Okay.
or watching. What is with me and watching? Just watching everything.
What is up, guys? Gold Glove here.
Shut up.
What's
Alright.
up, guys? Gold Glove here.
Episode 9 in the books.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Take it easy.
What's up, players?
Go bless that mom.
Shut up, bitch.